The Rowena climb is the crux of the 100K Old Man Winter Rally. And in this video, Ruth Winder, Josh Kravetz, and I are going to tell you everything you need to know about the course and the good time that comes after. This year, the race starts in a different place than years past in Bone Park. We have a neutral rollout on pavement east out of Lyons, and then that puts us on the dirt and the rollers and the beginning of the real fun.
Yeah, once you do the turnoff off of Highway 66, you get to experience some really fun gravel rollers and some good cornering, which you'll still be in a pretty big group at that point. It's really fun, very scenic, not a whole lot of climbing, and then there is the turnoff at Plateau when it really starts to get fun and spicy as you begin to climb up the canyons into Left-Hand Canyon.
Yeah, so across 36, we're on to Left-Hand Canyon. Single digit gradient for many miles on pavement. It might be dry, it might be snowy, and that brings us to the bottom of Rowena. In some places it's a full Jeep track width. In some places it's only a single track. There's a little bit of exposure, so when in doubt, run it out, but for the most part it should be rideable for most folks.
Rideable if there's not snow, that is. Sometimes if there's a bunch of snow a few days before, you're going to be walking it no matter what. But today, for example, it's actually quite rideable, so it could be very fast if we were to experience conditions like we have today.
Sure, I guess, yeah, fastest ride times up are like a little over 10 minutes or so,
yep.
and that could go all the way up to close to an hour if it's deep snow and you're hoofing it. So
that's right, yeah. I mean, for cyclists that aren't used to exerting themselves off the bike, it could definitely be a good challenge. So it's not a bad idea to do a little bit of running before, just to get your legs used to that. But for the most part, you could expect a fun journey with your friends, kind of leapfrogging back and forth as you try to pass each other on the snow.
What was the Rowena climb like for you last year?
It was like walking a long time. The longest I've walked in a bike race before. I would love to say running, but I don't run. And I tried to run a little bit, but there was just a lot of snow, so even then it was hard to run.
After you crest the 2 miles of Rowena, you come out into this beautiful scenic area where we are, which is the junction right before you descend County Road 83. And it's a gravel descent with a good amount of turns, and definitely will keep you on your toes. In the past, we've had an aid station up at the top and decided to let people challenge themselves on the downhill as well. So now we moved the aid station after the downhill part, and then you'll have a chance to put on some warmer clothes before you descend Sunshine Canyon, which is untimed. Just make sure it's nice and safe, and you can take your time going down the road descent.
The second timed segment begins climbing up Linden, a steep paved climb. At the top of that, the road shortly thereafter turns to dirt, and it can be tricky, particularly if it is snowy or icy.
Yeah, it is a gravel section descending through Bow Mountain and the Pine Brook Loop. It's really fun and scenic, and it definitely will challenge you, and you should be careful no matter what the conditions are going through there. But it is a time section, and then that's the last of the hilly gravel parts on the 100K course.
If you get chilly on that descent, don't worry, there's another swift kick in the pants coming with Old Stage, a steep paved climb. That will take you about 10 to 15 minutes. Then it's a descent down the backside of Old Stage, a descent down Left Hand, which you had recently climbed back up earlier in the day, and then you're back out onto the flats. As the 100K course comes back across 36, it soon meets up with the 50K course, so you'll have even more friends to ride with. The final few miles are on pavement due west back in the Lyons. That's a great place to be in a pace line with some buddies. This is a fun bike race, but it is on open roads, and rules of the road do apply. There are scores of friendly, helpful volunteers out helping you get through the intersections, but pay attention, use your head, and follow the rules of the road. So once back into Lyons, whether you're at the front or the back or somewhere in between, you'll be treated to hot drinks, cold beer, hot chili, live music, and a good old-fashioned time in Bone Park. So you can run whatever bike you like, from a road bike to a mountain bike. The best bike's probably a gravel bike. Last year, what were you racing on?
I was racing on this bike actually that I have, which is my Trek Checkpoint. It's a great bike for the race, yeah.
It's a good mix of having tires that are wide enough to have some grip, but still some good speed on the flats.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of really fast sections, especially the first and the second, but the first couple miles and the last couple miles are all pretty flat with lots of fast groups that you're in. So for me, having a nice fast tire is good. And then there's some solid descending, and then even most of the climbing is also on paved fast roads. So you want a good tire for when you are on the dirt, but then you also want something that rolls pretty fast for the pavement as well.
Talk to us about pacing and riding with people versus not.
I'm terrible at it. Don't ask me. Yeah, no, it's great to be in a group. Normally there's a big bunch at the start, and just finding the people that you suit well is a good idea for me. I ride with people that are way too fast for me, and then I eventually explode, and then hopefully can hang on with people that are behind me. So that's just my tactic, I think, which is maybe not the best one. But there's always good groups, and you kind of cross over different just the shorter race too at one point, so you kind of find yourself amongst a lot of people again at the finish, which is always encouraging.
The 100K race is just part of the festivities of Old Man Winter Rally. Look forward to spending all day out there with you guys in February.